This
Good
conference will
afternoon, ma'am.
now be recorded.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, good
I
afternoon.
request you all to mute yourself.
Good afternoon to all of you, and I
Good
request
afternoon.
all
Good,
to
good afternoon.
remain.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Please mute yourself. So welcome to the afternoon session of the first day of induction program in Kelly College of Pharmacy, Bengaluru this year. I, Dr. Vanitha Somshekhar, am here to
Your voice not audible.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please mute yourself. And welcome to this session. I hope you all had a good lunch, and I hope I keep you awake. So I, Dr. Vanitha Somshekhar, am here to give you some insights into the study maintained in Kelly College of Pharmacy. And at the end of my presentation, I am sure each of you will be happy if you have taken admission in one of the best colleges to do your diploma, undergraduate, or postgraduate programs. That is Pharm,
Ma'am, your
B.Pharm,
voice
Pharm
is
D.
not. Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
My main focus would be on
Ma'am, your
how
voice
our
Ma'am, it's not
is not
audible, ma'am.
audible. It's not
Your
audible.
noise is not
Voice
audible,
not
ma'am.
audible.
Yashwanti, kindly mute yourself. Ashwini, you too, mute yourself. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Yes, ma'am. You can. It's
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll start again. Um, so I welcome you all to the afternoon session of the first day's induction program. And I would like to give some insights into the standards maintained in KLE College of Pharmacy, Bengaluru. At the end of my presentation, I'm sure each of you will be happy that you have taken admission in one of the best colleges to do your diploma, undergraduate, or postgraduate programs. That is D Farm, B Farm, Farm D, or M Farm. Also, my main focus would be on how our institution relentlessly aims to excel, conforming to standards set by National Board of Accreditation and National Institutional Ranking Framework. I will also briefly focus on Timetable and an outcome-based education software that we at KLE College have adopted. So we will first start with NBA. So students, what comes to your minds when you hear about NBA? I guess National Basketball Association, but what I am referring to is National Board of Accreditation. So why discuss about NBA or NIRF? Since we have, I think that we have some parents joining us in this induction program, I would also like to address them now because as parents or even you students, I think you will be having lots of questions in your mind regarding your either yourself joining our institution or from the parents' point of view, your child joining our institution. It could be with respect to facilities, teachers, your child's progress and performance, outcome on completion of course, support from teachers and from the institution, etc., etc., etc. So you could have so many of these. Like what are the different type of facilities available in campus? You could have questions like how often does the teacher assess the students' performance? You may have a question like do students get help finding internships? What outcome can be expected after course completion? What is the job placement rate? What support do students get for extracurricular activities? How do teachers contribute to help average students? And I guess many more questions. I hope by the end of my presentation, you will feel more comfortable as I hope all your questions will be satisfactorily answered. Coming back to NBA and NIRF, NBA accredits or certifies the program which is being offered, and NIRF, the institution in which the program is being conducted. So here are some criteria contained in NBA accreditation. There are about 9 criteria. We will be going through these. So I would say the focus is mainly on teaching, outcomes, students' performance, facilities, student support system, and institutional support. That's why I hope that by the end of my presentation, all parents as well as students will feel more comfortable with their choice of college, as I assure you all your questions will be satisfactorily answered. So this we will now see about NBA. So this accreditation is given for programs run in an institution. We have been accredited twice by NBA since 2006, each time for the maximum number of years. That is, then it was 5 years. We will be shortly going for a third accreditation process in a couple of months. So graduating from a program accredited by NBA is a major advantage to a pharmacy graduate as it enhances his or her future prospects, be it further studies in India or and abroad, getting employed, or becoming an entrepreneur, etc. To understand this better, I will take you through NBA process and what it entails. NBA accreditation is based on 9 criteria, as you can see here, but I am not going to read this out because we will go through each criteria one by one. So the first criteria deals with vision, mission, and PEOs. We have a well-defined vision for our college, and it is to create ethical, morally responsible, and technically competent pharmacists. To achieve this vision, we have framed 4 mission statements, and they are to enable our students to become full-fledged and accomplished pharmacists, to help our students to acquire and disseminate professional knowledge through the fullest commitment, to groom our students to be quality contributors to the healthcare system of the society, and to mold our students into compassionate citizens with high ethical and moral values. So these are well-defined vision and mission statements of our college. We also have a set of program educational objectives, that is PEOs. These PEOs were prepared by keeping 5 counts in mind: preparation, core competency, breadth, professionalism, and learning environment. So the program educational objectives that we frame, keeping in mind what attributes we desire in our students, would be: first PEO is the pharmacy graduates will have adequate knowledge pertaining to profession of pharmacy, pharmaceutical sciences, and manufacturing practices. The second PEO is pharmacy graduates will have the necessary skill to plan and execute experiments and troubleshoot problems related to drugs and formulations. And the third PEO is the pharmacists will become lifelong learners capable of keeping pace with advances in technology and assume leadership roles to facilitate improvement in public health. So in short, we are laying more stress on knowledge, skill, and becoming lifelong learners to help public by assuming even leadership roles. So now with our institution having well-defined vision, mission, and POs, what benefits do students get from this? I would say students will have clear purpose to focus their learning efforts. Students will have clear expectation of what needs to be accomplished by the end of the course, and students will have knowledge, skills, and attitudes to complete the professional tasks. So these are the benefits that the students will get from having a well-defined vision, mission, and a set of program educational objectives. The next criteria in NBA deals with program curriculum and teaching learning process. So we start with the program curriculum. Curriculum is the overall content taught in an educational system or a course or program. Now, in our college, we use various tools that contribute to the program curriculum. So you can see it on your screens. I will just give a brief description of each of these. We have a number of learning charts, or what we call the display charts. which are exhibited at different points in our college. They may be found in the labs, in the corridors, and at different points in our building. So the students are free to make use of these and learn a lot about various topics. We also have conduct demonstrations or demos because there are a number of students who are visual learners. They learn better on seeing. To facilitate self-learning, we give students projects and assignments, which helps them to understand certain topics very well because they themselves delve into it. We also have an academic calendar every year that is framed in our institution, which helps to schedule various events apart from curriculum also in a very organized way. We conduct a number of seminars and workshops which help students to learn and gain knowledge not only about their syllabus but also on topics beyond syllabus. The students are also exposed to real life scenario, that is they are taken on industrial visits and field visits, so they get the real picture there. Industrial training is mandatory according to the curriculum, and so we do facilitate that for our students. We have a solid timetable every year which will help to space out all the subjects and cover the syllabus very easily. And also, we conduct a number of guest lectures for all subjects so that students become well aware of the current important topics and the new developments that are taking place in the field of pharmacy. So program outcomes, what are these? These are framed actually by NBA. There are 11 program outcomes, and the first program outcome is related to pharmacy knowledge. Program outcomes means after you finish a program, then what should be the outcome? So the first program outcome framed by NBA relates to pharmacy knowledge, the second to planning abilities, the third to problem analysis, the fourth to modern tool usage, fifth deals with leadership skills, sixth with professional identity, seventh with pharmaceutical ethics, eighth with communication, ninth with the pharmacist and society, the 10th deals with environment and sustainability, and the 11th, lifelong learning. Attainment of all these POs ensures enhanced learning process. So if all these POs are attained in a given subject, then when the students are passing out, say in a in the year that is graduating, then we would say that we have hit the bull's eye in training our students. So we move on to the next criteria, that's criteria 3, which deals with course outcomes and program outcomes. So we just saw about program outcomes in the previous slide, and here I'm introducing a new term called course outcomes. Course here refers to individual subjects. Course outcomes will specify what expectations an instructor or the teacher has for the course, which are related to one or more program outcomes. This is an example. What you see here is an example of the course outcomes framed by the teacher for a given subject. So then these course outcomes are related to the 11 program outcomes framed by NBA. This is done by COPO mapping, and that is we create a matrix showing how each course outcome would help in attaining program outcomes. Now, attainment of COs or course outcomes ensures enhanced learning. Course outcomes are narrower statements that describe what students are expected to know and be able to do at the end of each course. These relate to skills, knowledge, and behavior that students acquire in their program through the course conducted in a semester or year. On the right side here, you see an example of the average percentage CO attainment for a given subject in past 3 years. So whether the CO has been attained or not depends upon what is the target set by the teacher for that subject. Considering that the set target was 70, then we would say in this example that all the COs have been attained moderately in 16-17 and high attainment for 17-18 and 18-19. Now, attainment of POs can be accomplished. Why? Because COs are related to POs and we have done the CO-PO matrix or mapping. So program outcomes definitely can be accomplished. But can we assess that? Yes, we can. We have a number of assessment tools for PO attainment in our college. Basically, we have two of these, that is direct assessment tools and indirect assessment tools. Direct assessment tools makes use of sessional internals, continuous assessments, along with university examination performance. This gives the direct assessment uh, tool on the whole, and it helps us to calculate the attainment of POs by direct assessment. You have also the indirect assessment where we make use of feedback collected from various stakeholders like alumni, graduates when they exit the course, and parents, employers, or industry which actually employ our students subsequently after they graduate, and also feedback from various activities like NSS activity. So having gone through all the details of how program outcomes are attained in a program, I'm sure the question in most of your minds is, how does it benefit us? If COs are attained, students will be able to explain principles subject-wise or course-wise. Attainment of COs makes it possible to attain program outcomes. And if program outcomes are attained, then upon graduation, students will be able to demonstrate critical thinking skills to solve problem-related issues. And if we attain both course outcomes and program outcomes, then we are very likely to attain program educational objectives. And this will ensure that few years after completion of course, students will be competent pharmacists in real world. So we move on to criteria 4 that deals with students' performance. Now, this criteria, as it deals with student performance primarily in their examinations, I have here shown you the academic results, which clearly indicates we have a number of university rank holders every year. This is a representation of last year's university rank holders, and we have given due prominence to their achievements in our college magazine, that's Pharma Zeal. We also encourage our students to take up competitive examinations, and many of our students do take up a GPAT examination. GPAT standing for Graduate Pharmacy Aptitude Test. This is on an all India level, and on clearing this, students are eligible to receive stipend in their M.Pharm course. We are very proud to say that last year, one of our students secured an All India 5th rank in the GPAT examination conducted at All India level. We also encourage our students to participate in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. And these are some representative certificates from last year. And we also give all these achievements of our students a due place in our college magazine. Now, we have in our college a very strong NSS unit with a dynamic NSS program officer. The NSS unit of our college has won many laurels at state and national levels. In 2019, our NSS members participated in the Republic Day Parade at New Delhi. These are some representative photographs of various activities performed by our NSS unit. As you can see, they do a lot of community service. They also do health-related health awareness camps. They do blood donation camps. Various activities are conducted by that wing, and you will have a detailed view of that in a later session of your induction program. All these are also captured in our college magazine, that's Pharma Zeal. And what is interesting to our students, sports and cultural events. Yes, we do give importance to these also. These comprise our extracurricular activities. We have sports day, we have a sports week, and we also have cultural celebrations. We also encourage our students to go to other institutions to participate in cultural events as well as sports, and all their achievements, noteworthy achievements, are given due place in our college magazine. Apart from these, we also have a lot of contributions from the students in our magazine. So finally, coming to our college magazine, Pharma Zeal. It's a biennial magazine, and here we have informative flyers. We also have a section on photography, poetry is given a place. There is a focus on art and articles contributed by students. Apart from this, we have a section dedicated to parents' interactions and a section to student interactions. And last but not the least, we always remember our alumni, that is students passing out from our college, and we keep a track of their achievements after they have left our college. So even after your graduation, we always have you in our minds, and your achievements are shown in this distinguished alumni section of our magazine. So what are the benefits that students get from this criteria? For students who are monitoring their own progress, they can set a goal and assess where they are in the process of achieving it. And it also builds a sense of achievement in them. To criteria 5, that's faculty, information, and contributions. In teaching and learning, our faculty have introduced various innovations. As you can see here on the left side, innovative methods in teaching and learning adopted in our college. It could be creative learning, experimental learning, project-based learning, student-centric learning, molecular modeling of drugs, or even self-learning, as I mentioned earlier, with projects and assignments. I've also shown you a few achievements of our faculty. I think you have already come across this. It was presented in the morning session. So the number of publications is 215 by our faculty. Patents filed or granted is 7. We have secured a number of funded research projects worth about 123.61 lakhs. We have also completed a number of consultancy projects worth about 12.72 lakhs. A number of awards and recognitions have been received by our faculty. In the last 2 years, it's 8, and because there are many more, but I have just restricted to the last 2 years. And other unique achievements of funding is worth about 2.15 lakhs. So having well accomplished faculty definitely will benefit students. So what will students get? Students will get strong communicators as teachers. They also get inspiration and good support in research, and they get relevant material to study for the course. Going on to criteria 6, which deals with facilities. Yes, I'm sure the students would be interested in this, to know more about this. And we have a very good infrastructure. As you see here, this is our library with a huge volume of books for you to refer. And apart from this, we also have a digital library. So you can access many of these books online too. And this is a representative photograph of one of our classrooms. All the classrooms have LCD projectors fitted, so you can have good audio visual classes. These are our 2 seminar halls. Apart from that, for advanced learning, you have the advanced instrumentation room over here. This is a representative laboratory also in our college. And finally, I would say the state-of-art pilot plant is a unique feature of our college. So excellent infrastructure. Infrastructure being a crucial element of learning environment in colleges and universities. So what are the benefits students will get from having such good infrastructure? Good infrastructure and positive atmosphere make students to focus their mind more attentively on what they are doing. This will definitely lead to reduced stress and increased productivity in students. It will make students to enjoy and be passionate towards the course. So these are the benefits that students get from having a good infrastructure. I guess many of you would have gone through the college and seen the infrastructure that we have here. Um, so we go on to the next criteria, that's 7, which deals with continuous improvement. Basically, this deals with how a student progresses after he or she graduates from a college. So that comes down to zeros down to the placement drives that we conduct at our college. We have a number of campus interviews and placement drives conducted by our placement cell, a very vibrant cell. As you see some pictures here about various campus interviews and going on. And we have a number of recruiters. We also can see there are many big pharmaceutical companies here which regularly come for conducting campus at our institute. I've also given a representative graph of placement and higher studies because we are very proud to tell you that more than 90% of our students get placed to go for higher studies every year, as depicted here in our graph. So having good placement cell and a very active placement cell, what are the benefits that students derive? They get improved skills and knowledge, including softer employability skills and specific technical skills. Also, they get increased understanding and awareness of the world of work, accelerated personal maturity, self-awareness, and ability to articulate skills and achievements. It also leads to enhanced employment prospects and ability to compete in a turbulent graduate recruitment marketplace. Because we all know the ultimate aim is to succeed in life after graduation. Coming to the next criteria, that's criteria 8, which deals with student support system. Again, I think this is one criteria which the students would definitely be interested. What is the support system that they have? Yes, we have a mentorship program very much active in our college. In this program, we have, for every student, we have a teacher mentor and also a senior student mentor. In this program in our college, each teacher mentor is assigned 15 students, a maximum of 15 students, and each student, senior student mentor is allotted a maximum of 6 student mentees. We came up with this senior student mentor concept because of our experience in what we have observed is some students are a little hesitant to approach their teacher mentors, but they feel more comfortable approaching their senior student mentor with certain personal issues. These issues are then conveyed by the senior student mentor to the teacher, and collectively, the whole issue is generally resolved. So we have this mentorship program, which also takes feedback from students regarding various facilities like library, computer facility, sports activities, cafeteria, etc. The feedback from students are collected and corrective measures are always taken. The mentors also give students information about various scholarships that are there. So you will be guided about that once you enter the college, what scholarships you can avail of from government and other agencies. So what are the benefits? The best thing about student support system is students will be helped to identify and achieve career goals. They are also helped to identify and correct gaps in generic skills and knowledge. They will be having increased confidence and they will be having access to a senior role model. So that would definitely be good benefits that a student can have from our student support system. And then we come to the last criteria 9 of NBA, which deals with governance, institutional support, and financial resources. I would like to say at this point, I'll keep this brief because this will be covered in a subsequent session. But I would like to say at this point that we have an anti-sexual harassment cell, an anti-ragging cell, and a grievance redressal cell. And I'm proud to say that in all these years since since our inception, there has been no incidents of sexual harassment or ragging incidents. Grievance redressal cells is also very active. Student grievances can be collected in suggestion boxes, or there is provision for online recording of your grievance. These are all reviewed by the coordinator once in a week and brought to the notice of principal and the heads of departments. A meeting is convened with the grievance committee, which arrives at a decision and action is generally taken. So we have not, again, I would like to say, we have not had any major grievances. It could be grievance, could be a very small thing like maybe the toilets are not clean or there is no water available or anything, or the uh, certain things, certain basic necessities may have gone wrong. Something is not working, fan is not working in the classroom. Even these constitute grievances. We consider that as grievances and we always redress the same promptly. So, from this criteria, what are the benefits that students derive? It ensures that because of the existence of these cells that I was talking about, it ensures that there is no incidence of ragging. It ensures a harassment-free environment, and students always need an opportunity to express their dissatisfaction. And having a grievance policy can ensure that their concerns are heard. So this completes with the NBA part, and I would like to now go on to NIRF, that is National Institutional Ranking Framework. This is also something which we go for because it sets standards for our institution. So this ranking framework is governed by the Department of Higher Education, Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India. And this year we have secured a ranking in the 76 to 100 slot. Under this ranking system, there are various parameters like teaching, learning and resources, research productivity, impact and intellectual property rights, graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and perception. I'm not going into detail of these because all these are covered under different criteria in NBA too. Only the names are different. What I would like to proudly say is that this year we have secured the 7th rank in Karnataka pharmacy institutions. Now, accreditation in higher education is a collegial process based on self and peer assessment. Its purpose is quality and public accountability. That's why if you are accredited by these bodies and you secure ranks in IRF, then it definitely ensures that the academic quality is quite high. Public accountability is also highly maintained. So now we move on to the third component of my presentation, and that's timetable, something you are very familiar with. So I would a little like to tell you about a timetable. What is a timetable? It places proper persons at their proper places, at the proper time, and in the proper manner. It prevents wastage of time and energy. The timetable shows exactly what is to be done at a particular time and therefore directs the attention of both the pupil and the teacher to one thing at a time. So both of them will concentrate on a particular subject at a particular time. In an academic institution, a class timetable offers a unique role for coordinating 4 basic elements, such as students, teachers, classrooms, and time slots. So I would say a well-constructed timetable establishes a natural rhythm and routine which can be comforting to both teachers and students. So now I will show you a small video here. You have all known about a timetable right from your school days to taking you back to school. You'll remember a timetable which always tells you at what time a particular subject is going to be taken by which teacher. So there is one way we could define a timetable. We could say a timetable is a plan how student and teacher schedules will fit together according to the periods of the college day, the days of the week, and classroom availability. So here we see that when a teacher is taking class, this gives a picture of what's happening in a class at a given time from the timetable, we always get this information. So we could rightly say that a college timetable is a table for coordinating students, teachers, rooms, and other resources. Timetable also helps us in overall course management because a course will have a number of theory classes, number of theory classes, number of library hours, a set number of lab hours for different subjects, and we have to put all these in a functioning way. Along with the timetable, we take the help of the academic calendar to schedule hospital visits, industrial visits, which are very useful for our students. Hospital visits prove extremely useful for PharmD students, industrial visits for B.Pharm, M.Pharm students, visit to pharmacies for the D.Pharm students. So all these visits actually give a real life scenario for the students. Apart from this, one of the main attractions for students in colleges, the various celebrations. We also can schedule based on the timetable and the academic calendar, we schedule the sports day, the Talents Day, Annual Day, and various celebrations also like Pharmacists Week celebrations, Pharmacist Day celebrations, Teachers Day celebrations, and so on. So the following principles are kept in mind during preparation of a good timetable in our college. First refers to the type of program because we have a number of programs running here. That is, we have D.Pharm, we have B.Pharm, we have PharmD, we have M.Pharm, and also we have the PhD classes. So each program has its own program regulations. While framing the timetable, we keep we take into consideration the program regulations for a given program. We also see the amount of time available because certain programs like D.Pharm and PharmD are annual courses, whereas B.Pharm and M.Pharm are semester systems, follow the semester system. So the time available is different. For semesters, we have 15 weeks available for a semester, whereas for the annual courses, we have 25 weeks available. So based on the amount of time available, the regulations of a program and the type of program, we try to frame a good timetable. Also, relative importance and difficulty value of subjects is taken into consideration. What I would like to say here is all subjects are important in their own way, but there are subjects which students generally find a little more difficult to grasp, to write an examination on. So these subjects we try to schedule when the students are more fresh, that is in the morning session, so that their grasping is much better. And we also have certain allied subjects in our syllabus, which it is desirable to be aware of. The contents we should know. And we would say those are the less difficult subjects. So those we schedule at a later time because we have to keep in mind the incidence of fatigue in students. As the day progresses, definitely the students have the problem of experiencing fatigue. And after a number of classes, you feel too tired and you lose your attention. The attention span definitely would be very much stressed in that case. And that's why we need to take this into consideration and not schedule difficult subjects at the end of the day. And we also give importance to the principal. What I mean by this is we do try to avoid scheduling back-to-back classes of the same type, like say one chemistry subject after the other. That would again make the students lose interest midway. So these are some principles we keep in mind while framing a good timetable, and so far we have been successful in doing that. Now I come to the last component of my presentation, and that's Continue.in, which is an outcome-based education software. So this outcome-based education software has been adopted in our college, and it can be used for tracking attendance, for mentorship program, and to keep a track on internal assessment and annual marks. So tracking attendance, see, faculty make entries into this software after taking a class. So any absentees will be immediately recognized, and the absentee reports will be sent to both parents and students. So in this software, faculty, students, and parents, all the three important stakeholders have their login IDs, and they can access this website. Faculty also upload reading materials, notes on the website, which is readily available to all students on logging in. Mentorship program, the scheduling of the mentorship meetings, as well as record of meetings, can also be fed in Continue. This has a provision for the same. Internal assessment marks are posted in this website, and it's so very readily available to both students and parents. Um, so the students know exactly what internal assessment marks are being sent to the university. So this completes my presentation, and I hope I have been able to give some information on how we at KLE College of Pharmacy, Bengaluru, strive to give strong foundation to our students through various processes. And thank you for your patient listening. Now,
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
session for any questions from
Thank
your
you.
side.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
If
you,
you
ma'am.
have any questions, you are free to voice those.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Thank you. No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thank you.